Alrighty, good morning everybody. Welcome to Circle Time. Oops, we didn't even get started before one of my kitties decided to come visit. That was Remy, who just ran through. He may go through again in a second. You see his tail? Oh my goodness. My kitty cats are so silly. They really like me doing circle time. And what you guys can't see is my dog is actually down here at my feet too. As soon as I started setting up and pulled the chair out, he came and got in his spot down here. So he really likes coming to circle time too. So I hope you guys do too. Whoops. My cat is still here. Come here, Remy. We're going to have to put him down. It's nice that you want to come visit, but we got stuff to do. Say hi. Hi. Okay. Time to go. Okay. So we're going to hang for just a second, give everybody a chance to get here. But hello, everybody. Good morning. This is Circle Time. As always, I think I've got some fun stuff planned for today. So I've got some books and some rhymes and a finger play. And then I have a really cute craft that I think you guys are going to like today. All right. So we're just going to hang for another second or two, give a couple people a chance to get here. What a beautiful sunny day it is today. Oh my goodness. I hope maybe later you guys get a chance to go outside. I'm going to go outside and get in my garden. I have to go check on all my vegetable plants. I'm growing all kinds of veggies out there. And I have to make sure that they're growing okay and they're doing okay. Maybe take some weeds out. Excuse me. So that's what I'm going to do later this afternoon since it seems like it's such a beautiful day. So good morning and welcome. We're going to hang for just another second or two, just to give everybody a chance to log in. Give people a chance to see the notification and then get here. All right. Well, I hope you guys are excited today. I think I have some good books. One's really silly. You guys know how much I like silly things. So my one book is going to be really silly, I think. We'll do that one first. How about? So how about we go ahead and get started then. So since I'm talking about a silly book, why don't we read the silly book? The silly book is called Chicken Cheeks by Michael Ian Black and Kevin Hawkes. Can you see the chicken cheeks? What a goofy chicken. All right. So Chicken Cheeks. And it's underneath the title here in parentheses, it also says the beginning of the ends. Also look at the bear. Bear's looking up at the tree. Something must be up that tree that he wants. What do you think would be up the tree that a bear would want? So, ducktail. Got ducktail. Moose caboose. Now what's the bear doing? So here's the bear. And now he's got the duck, and now there's a moose. What do you think they're doing? And then chicken cheeks. And then penguin patootie. Polar bear derriere. Turkey tushy. Gnu wazoo. Flamingo fanny, rhinoceros rump, giraffe back half. Oh my goodness, there are so many animals. And look how high up they are now. They've stacked themselves so high they're up in the sky with the clouds. Hound dog hiney. Toucan can. Kangaroo keister. Next, guinea pig buns. Oh my goodness, and who is that guinea pig holding up? It looks heavy. Deer rear. Duck-billed platypus, glutamus maximus. And look, what were they after in the tree? Or what was the bear wanting? Wanted some honey. And then take a look at this. So let's do it this way. If we start at the bottom, and we go all the way up. Holy moly. That's a lot of animals stacked to get that honey. silly animals. And then Bumblebee Bum! Oh no. And the bees chased everybody away, and it's the ends. Because there's everybody's rear end. Oh, and nobody got the honey but some ants. The end. That's a silly one. So, why don't we do a little rhyme? So, our theme today is chickens. I don't know why. I just kind of felt like it seemed like a chicken day to me. Maybe I'm having chicken for dinner. Maybe that's why. I don't know. So, I'm going to teach you a little rhyme. So, this is 5 little chicks, because you know how much I like to count. So, we have 5 little chicks. You guys see my chicks? I'll have to move up a little closer. So, I've got 5 little chicks. So, 5 little chicks went walking one day into the barn and around the hay. Mother hen says cluck, 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 clack. And how many chicks are here? 4 little chicks came wandering back. So then 4 little chicks went walking one day into the barn and around the hay. Mother hen says cluck, 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 clack. And how many chicks do you think come back? 1, 2, 3. 3 little chicks come wandering back. So 3 little chicks went walking one day into the barn and around the hay. Mother hen says cluck, 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 clack. And how many chicks come back? And 2 little chicks come wandering back. 2 little chicks went walking one day into the barn and around the hay. Mother hen says cluck, 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 clack. And how many chicks do you think came back now? 1. 1 little chick came wandering back. 1 little chick went walking one day into the barn and around the hay. Mother hen said cluck, 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 clack. And 5 little chicks came wandering back. Oh, all the chicks found their way back home. Oh my goodness, isn't that a fun one? You see my chicks and you see my cat. He really, really wants to be a part of Circle Time today. Maybe because there's chicks. I don't know. So let me take my little chickens off my fingers. There we go. Okie dokie. So, why don't we do another book? And this one's called Chicken Story Time. Maybe we should do chicken story times instead of circle times. Does anybody have a chicken I can borrow to do chicken story time? I don't know. Maybe that wouldn't work so well. So, Chicken Story Time by Sandy Asher and illustrated by Mark Fearing. I don't know. That chicken looks pretty interested in the book, though. So the chicken stops by the library, and the sign says, Story Time at the library. Tales to tales. Don't forget to read to your dog. So the library opens in the morning, and everybody's there, even the chicken. So, 1 librarian, 1 story, and children, and a chicken. The children like the chicken. The chicken likes the children. Let's begin, says the librarian. Everyone loves story time. Can you guys see the chicken in the middle? He's going to listen to story time. So 1 week later, story time at the library. And can you guys see something in this picture? Oopsie. There we go. I got it. Do you see a couple more chickens? Like maybe a brown chicken and a chicken here and a chicken up on the roof? Uh-oh. The chicken brought friends. What do you think's going to happen? Oh, here comes another guy. He was hiding from me. I didn't see him. He's running so he's not late. 1 librarian. 1 story. Oh, there goes the kids off to story time. More children. And who else do we see in there? More chickens. Oh my goodness. Look how many chickens are at story time now. How many chickens are there now? Let's see if we can find them all. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 chickens came to story time. Could you imagine what that would be like? The children like the chickens. The chickens like the children. Please be seated, says the librarian. Everyone loves story time. Can you guys see? Did everybody come to story time? Even the chickens. Oh my goodness, now look. How many chickens do you guys see there? A whole lot of chickens. Oh my goodness. 1 week later, story time at the library. One librarian, one story, many children, many chickens. Oh no, that's a lot of chickens in that story time. The children laugh. The chickens cluck. Settle down now, says the librarian. No one can hear her. Look at all of the noise. They're laughing and clucking and barking all over the place. Let's begin, she says. Does it look like anybody can hear her? Is paying attention? Uh-oh. Please be seated. And what's going on? They're all getting into trouble in the library. Oh no. Settle down now, she says. Does anybody look like they're settling down? Not really. Children and chickens everywhere, but only one librarian. What are we to do? She says. Oh my goodness, look at that crazy library. Children and chickens everywhere. Story time at the library. Lots of children, flocks of chickens. Look at all the chickens lined up nicely this time. Shelves and shelves of stories. The children like the chickens. The chickens like the children. Everyone loves story time. Can you see what happened? What did the librarian decide to do? All of the kids are reading to the chickens. How cool is that? So everyone loves story time, especially the librarian. What? How silly. She's watching everybody read to all the chickens. Oh, and there's even a dog being read to. Look at that. And then there's the librarian reading to herself. Or maybe she's reading to that chicken on her chair. What do you think? I think maybe she's reading to that chicken on the chair. So, the end. My goodness, could you guys imagine if we had that many chickens in our library when we go back to our library? It would be very interesting. They would be all over the kids' room. There would be feathers everywhere. They would get up in those high up windows over there, and then we'd never get them down. And then we would just have chickens living in the library. I don't know if that would be okay or not. So, I'm going to actually get my little chicks back, because I can use them again for this song. So this is another fun little rhyme. So we'll do it maybe 2, maybe 3 times, just so you guys can get the hang of it, okay? So the first time around, I'll do it. So it's last night I dreamed of chickens. There were chickens everywhere. They were standing on my stomach. They were nesting in my hair. They were pecking at my pillow and hopping on my head. They were ruffling up their feathers as they raced around my bed. What? All right, let's do that one again. So we have our chickens. So last night I dreamed of chickens. There were chickens everywhere. They were standing on my stomach. They were nesting in my hair. They were pecking at my pillow. They were hopping on my head. They were ruffling up their feathers as they raced around my bed. You want to do that one more time? All right, so one more time. Last night I dreamed of chickens. There were chickens everywhere. They were standing on my stomach. They were nesting in my hair. They were pecking at my pillow. They were hopping on my head. They were ruffling up their feathers as they raced around my bed. Silly chickens. Okay. So let me take my chickens back off my fingers. And then, are you guys ready for a craft? I think it's a pretty easy craft today. Not too complicated. I'm not going to need a whole lot of materials. Oh no, I had a chicken run away. I'll have to find him. But But can you guys guess maybe what we might be doing for our craft today? Since I did some songs and rhymes about chickens and we read books about chickens. What do you guys think? Do you think maybe we're going to make a chicken? And this chicken's really cool because this chicken can bounce. Did you guys see that? It jumps. Oops. It'll work better on the table, but watch one more time and I'll show you. It jumps, and it jumped right off. So, all right, guys. So I will show you how to make your chicken. I'm going to just turn my camera around here. A little bit more. There we go. Actually, let's see if I can get it. There we go. That I think will work. All right. So for this craft, basically all you're going to need is some paper. You can see I have construction paper in a couple different colors. I decided to use yellow, red, and orange. If you guys have white paper, you can use white paper and then color it in. So you can make it any colors you want. If you don't have these colors, like I said, you can make it any color you want. So we need to start off with a piece, or I'm going to start off with a piece of yellow. And some of the other things that you guys are going to need today are a ruler, a pencil or a pen, some scissors, and some glue. Okay, actually you probably need 2 pieces of yellow construction paper because we're going to make some long strips. See how this is a long strip and it goes the whole length of the paper this way. And then we're going to need to make some short strips, which we do the length of the paper this way. Okay, so might need 2 pieces of paper. So to do the long strips, what I did, and I'll do it on this side so you guys can see. I put my ruler down and I measured. You need 4 long strips. So I measured every inch. So, and your grown-up can help you read your ruler, but you can see I have it on the inches side, and it'll be upside down for you guys, I think, but it says 1, 2, here, let me turn her on this way so you guys can see. So this is my inches side, and you can see 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch. So what I'm going to do is line my ruler up, and I'm going to mark 1 inch, 2 inches, 3 inches, and then 4 inches, and that will give us 1, 2, 3, 4 strips of paper. I don't know if you guys can see the little, I made little marks there. There we go. So now what I'm going to do is line up my ruler, and I'm going to make lines for me to follow all the way down, and it doesn't have to be exact. Your lines may end up a little bit crooked, and that's okay. So I'll make lines. There we go. And another line. So now, it's kind of hard to see, I think, but now I have 1, 2, 3, 4 strips of paper. So what I would do next is go ahead and use your grown-ups' help because you're going to use scissors, but we're just going to cut along the lines to make our strips. Okay, so there we go. So you'll do that 4 times so that you'll have 4 long strips. Then I'm just going to flip this over to show you guys how I would do the short strips. So we could still put the paper this way. No, we want to put the paper this way. I'm sorry. And we're going to measure again. And this time I decided that I'm going to do it a little bit smaller. So you guys can play around with, you don't have to make it a full inch. You can make it a little bit smaller. I think I did like 3/4 of an inch. 3, 1, 2, 3. So I made a little bit of smaller ones this time. 1, 2, 3, about there. So I would then take my ruler, make my lines, excuse me, and cut them out. Okay. I already did that though. to save us some time. So I've got, like I said, I have 4 long strips and I have 4 short strips. So the first thing I'm going to need is my long strips. I'm going to put my short strips out of the way for a minute. And what I like to do is I take each strip and fold it in half, so it's easy to figure out where the middle of the strip is, because we're going to need to know where the middle is for when we start to put this all together. So, and then one more. There we go. All right, so now we can just unfold them, and you guys can see there's a little bit of a crease now where the middle of the strip is. And we might have another kitty cat coming to say hi. Yep, there she is. That's Cora. Oh, and she's gone. Okay, so now we're going to take our strips and we're going to attach them all in the middle with our glue stick. So we're going to take one strip and put it up and down, and take your glue and carefully put some glue right in the middle, right over that fold. Then we're going to take our other strip and we're going to go side to side. And here's the fold in the middle. So we're going to put that right down on the glue. Going to give it a little press to make sure it sticks. Now we have a big cross. And we're going to take our glue stick again and right in the middle. And then we're going to take another strip right at the fold where it is, where we folded it. And we're going to put that right on the glue, and we're going to go on the diagonal this time. Give it a little press. And which way do you guys think we're going to go with our last strip? Can you see a pattern? I have my middle. I'm going to stick it down, and I'm going to go diagonal the other way. So now kind of looks like a star. So give that a good press. Make sure it's going to stick. And now what we have to do, and you may need your grown-ups' help for this because it can get a little bit tricky. We're going to fold all of the strips up. So I'm just going to hold this one up and carefully put some glue right on the end of it. So you guys see I put some glue there. So now I'm going to take my strip over here that's going side to side, and I'm going to bring it over, whoops, and I'm going to stick it to the glue. Give it a little bit of a press to make sure it sticks. And then I'm going to put more glue on top. And then I'm going to use my other strip from my up and down one and glue it on. And then more glue. It's a good thing I have a big glue stick. And I'm going to fold that over and glue it. So you can see everything's starting to stand up. But we're not done yet. We're going to do more glue. And we're going to start taking our diagonal pieces now and fold them in and stick them in. So there's one, more glue, 2, and more glue, and 3. Give it a good stick. And then the last one's a little bit tricky. You kind of have to squeeze your fingers in there. Actually, we'll put the glue on first. And then very carefully, we're going to fold our last piece over, give it a stick, give it a little squeeze. Okay, so now we have the body of the chicken. And this is the part that jumps. Can you guys see that? So we're going to put this one aside so the glue can dry a little bit. And now we're going to do the same exact thing, but with our short strips. Okay, so I'm going to real quick fold them in half, just because it's easier to find the middle that way, I think. And it's really helpful if your strips are kind of even. It makes a rounder ball. It makes the ball a little bit easier to bounce. So 1, 2, 3, 4. My cat stepped on the chickens and got a chicken stuck on her leg, on her foot. Oh, now she's going to play with the paper. All right, get down. I guess my cats like to do crafts too, especially when they're chickens. All right, so I've got my one strip that goes up and down, and right in the middle on the fold, I'm going to put some glue, and we're going to go left and right and give it a press, and we're going to glue, and right in the middle again, we're going to go on the diagonal and more glue, and we're going to do a diagonal the other way so that we have our star. And then we're going to start folding our star up. So we're going to do one and some glue and stick, and then glue, and then number 3, and then more glue, and number 4, and then more glue, and number 5, and then more glue. Oops. You have to be careful because sometimes they start to slide a little bit. So that's 6, and more glue, and 7. Give it a really good press, and then we're going to do more glue. Last time for this piece to glue. And then we're going to do piece number 8. And what you can actually do to help get this last piece to stick, you can press it down. Okay, so now we've got our 2 balls. I'm just going to move that over here. So we've got, you guys can see we've got a big ball and a small ball. So which ball do you think should be the head of the chicken? Maybe the little one, stack it on top. So to do that, we're going to use our glue. And like I said, it's okay to squish your ball down so it's easier to work with. And we're going to put more glue right in the middle. And then we're going to take the one that we're using as our head. And again, right in the middle, we're going to squish it to find the middle. And we're going to push it down so that now, wow, that looks like a really pretty flower. But it's not a flower, it's going to be a chicken. So give it a good press, make sure it sticks. And then when you let go, what? Look at that. Now we have the head attached to the body. So now it's ready for you to decorate. You might want to wait a little bit and let the glue dry just to make sure that it's not going to fall apart. But now we have our chicken. And you can, of course, decorate your chicken any way you want. I made, let's see, I was drawing some pieces here. You can kind of use a diamond shape for the beak, because when you fold that in half, that'll make 2 triangles. So I'm going to real quick cut this out. And actually, this is a little bit of a weird shaped diamond because I want it to sit a different way. But you guys can experiment and see how you want the beak to sit. So then I'm just going to give it a fold. And I'm not actually going to fold it all the way in half. I'm going to fold it almost all the way. And then on the other side, not quite in half again, fold it almost all the way. So that then I kind of get a shape that looks like this. You guys see that? So it's not a flat piece. It's got like a little bridge in there. It looks like a little bridge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my glue right on that bridge part. And then I'm going to stick it to my chicken. Very carefully stick it in. And see, now he's got a beak. Stick it on there. So there's his beak. How cute. You guys can cut out eyes if you have some googly eyeballs. However you want to make eyes, you can make eyes. I'm just going to draw them. So I'll make an eyeball. There's one eyeball. And then on the other side, we're going to make another eyeball. Very carefully so our chicken doesn't fall apart. There you go, it's starting to look like a chicken. So now the last thing is I liked putting the little piece on top, kind of his comb is what that's called if it's a rooster. So if you guys want to make that, you can see I kind of cut out, kind of looks like a big bubbly E, or I'm sorry, I drew a big bubbly E. And what I'm actually going to do is cut a rectangle around it. And let's see, I don't need it to be really big. That should do. And I'm not folding it right on my line. I'm leaving a little bit of space because, again, I'm going to make a bridge shape. You guys can kind of see how that one's a bridge shape to help it stand up tall. So now I'm just going to come up from the fold and I'm going to cut both pieces at the same time. I'm cutting it while it's folded in half, because then what's going to happen, and always have your grown-up help you with your scissors, only cut your paper. And then again, instead of going across the line, I'm just going to go straight down. So that way I still have my fold. So when I open it up, see, I have my fold. All right. Let me get these out of the way so we can see. So again, when I fold this, I'm not going to fold it all the way in half. I'm going to fold it a little bit off to the side. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, a little bit off to the side. So that then, oops, there we go. There's my bridge shape. And again, I'm going to take the glue, put the glue on the bridge. And now I'm going to put this right on top of the chicken's head. If you want to, you can give it a press. Make sure it sticks. Oh my goodness, did you see how well that chicken jumped? So when you're all done, make sure you give the glue time to dry. It'll stay together better that way, but there's our chick. So now we have two fun chicks. What do you guys think? I think this one was pretty fun. And now we can have jumping chickens. You guys see how well they jump? They actually do jump off the table. If I do it this way, no, we can't see it that way. But they actually really jump off the table. They're so silly. Oh no, he fell over. I think you guys can have a whole lot of fun making some chickens. If you don't want to make yellow chickens, you can make white chickens with the red. They could look like roosters. Like we saw in the book, there were brown chickens. There's all kinds of chickens. So you can make any color chicken you wanted. Even if you wanted to make a purple chicken, that would be really cool. Okay, so I'm going to switch my camera back around here real quick. There I am. All right. Well, thank you guys for coming and playing with me today. I hope you liked all of our silly chicken things. I will see you guys again next week. Grown-ups, just a quick reminder that we have started curbside pickup. So if you guys need books, you can go right on our website. The instructions on how to order your books are right there. You can fill out the form right online, or you can give the library a call. We're doing contactless pickup. The instructions for that are there as well. But we can finally start doing some books. So if you're interested, like I said, hit up our website. All the instructions you need are there, or give the library a call if you need help. The other thing is our book drop in front of the library is now open. You can drop off those books. All of the due dates have already been extended, so you're not going to be charged any late fees or anything on all the books you've had all of this time. So just remember that. For now, the book drop at the Crec and the Y are going to remain closed. Only drop off books at the book drop in front of the library. Okay. I think that's everything for now. If we have any other updates on the library, we will let you guys know. But for now, check out our curbside pickup and have some fun with your chickens. And I'll see you guys again next week. Bye-bye.